What's up everyone and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Dana White breaks silence on UFC gloves. The old UFC gloves aren't just going to be back for Saturday's UFC 309 card. They're back and here to stay. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video to help support the channel. The decision to go back to the old gloves for Saturday's card raised eyebrows around the MMA world, as fans wondered whether the change had anything to do with Jon Jones saying he wasn't a fan of the new gloves when he tried them out. But from the sounds of things, the UFC is doing away with the new gloves in general and will be back to the old gloves indefinitely.
There were a lot of complaints about, we originally created these gloves to stop eye pokes, and you know, we had good intentions with them. They didn't work out, people weren't happy with them. So I actually made the decision, called our Chief Operating Officer Lawrence and said, I'm switching the gloves. I want the old gloves back. So the new gloves are now the old gloves.
With less knockouts, some pretty gnarly cuts, and plenty of eye pokes since the UFC made the change, the new gloves have not been a big hit with fight fans. Joe Rogan and many others have been pretty big advocates for Trevor Whitman's glove design, which is designed to help reduce the number of eye pokes because of the curved design, but it doesn't sound like the UFC is interested in partnering with Whitman. Given that, it'll be interesting to see if the promotion winds up trying to reintroduce a new glove design in the future, or abandons the idea completely. Max Holloway wants to fight Charles Oliveira. After being knocked out for the first time in his career by Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway committed to making the jump up to lightweight full-time. Ahead of this weekend's UFC 309 card in New York City, Charles Oliveira has shown interest in a rematch with Holloway, given the strange ending to their first fight. Depending on how things play out for the former lightweight champ this Saturday, Oliveira could potentially wind up next in line for a fight against the winner of the Makhachev-Sarukian fight expected to take place early next year. Despite that, Holloway is all in on a rematch with Bronx for the BMF title, if the bout winds up being a possibility. During one of his recent live streams, he weighed in.
I heard Oliveira said he wanted to go for the BMF. That's pretty cool. And Oliveira, I know we have some history, and I know that if that fight was ever offered to me, brother, it'd be an honor to share the octagon with you, bro. You're a beast. You're an animal.
When the two fought back in 2015, the fight ended abruptly in the first round when Oliveira went down holding his throat. While initial reports suggest that he tore his esophagus, Oliveira has refuted the report and has said that doctors never got to the bottom of the situation and he still doesn't know what happened that caused him to be temporarily paralyzed. Dana White shuts down Alex Pereira versus Jon Jones. Even though Jon Jones has teased a potential fight with Alex Pereira for the BMF belt if he winds up beating Stipe Miocic on Saturday, Dana White has no interest in seeing the two fight. While Jones said that the UFC can either let him fight Pereira next or watch him ride off into the sunset, Dana White sounds like his mind is already made up. During Thursday's episode of the Jim Rome Show, White shot down talk of Jones fighting Pereira, saying that if he wants to keep fighting after Saturday, the fight to make is a fight against Tom Aspinall. Jon will do what he does on Saturday. If he wins, like I said, he'll disappear for a while and then that competitive spirit will start bubbling up again and then money will talk. And if he doesn't decide to retire, he absolutely positively fights Aspinall. He's not fighting Pereira. Pereira was a middleweight that moved up to light heavyweight. He's also a kickboxer who has done very, very well in MMA. His wrestling isn't even near the level of Jon Jones, and Jon Jones is way bigger than him. If Jon Jones wants to fight again after Saturday night, he will fight Tom Aspinall. Dana then doubled down during the press conference saying that the winner should absolutely fight Aspinall for the undisputed title.
Is that for me? Yeah. What's the question?
Do you want to see the winner fight Tom?
The winner should absolutely fight Tom.
In response, Magomed Ankalaev took to social media, posting a goat emoji. He followed it up by telling fans that Dana already told him and his team a fight with Pereira is next. Dana told my team I'm next for Alex. Thank you for clearing this today. With Jones targeting fights with Alex Pereira, Derek Lewis, and Jamal Hill, Dominic Reyes decided to take shots at his former rival in a pair of posts on his Instagram story. You know what I do with GOAT? Beat ya. He then followed it up with another post, writing, "And I'll tell you right now, I get down with some roasted duck a l'orange." During Thursday's press conference, Jones snubbed Stipe's handshake attempt during their face-off, before telling the former champion, quote, "Don't ever mention my kids again," which seemed to leave both fight fans and Miocic confused, considering Jones hasn't produced any evidence to back up his claim that Stipe mentioned his kids. It looked like Stipe was pretty confused too, because he told Jones that he never mentioned his kids.
Don't ever mention my kids again.
From the sounds of things, the tension is continuing to build ahead of fight night. Tom Aspinall revealed that he wasn't allowed to be at the UFC 309 press conference between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic. Here's what Tom had to say.
I asked to be at the press conference.
Oh, you did?
No.
See, that's my boy.
No. I wish you were there. Yes, bro. I wish you were there.
I was trying to go. I got blacklisted. Mate, from the press conference. So, no, I mean, I think, to be honest, I think that a lot of people have done a lot of work for me this week, which is great. I don't have to do nothing. I've been chilling. I've been checking out New York City, enjoying myself. So,
Dana White revealed that the UFC will hold the first ever BJJ promotional agreement with Mikey Musumeci. Here's what he had to say.
Over the course of the last year, I've been working on developing the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program in the world. I am excited to announce that we've signed Mikey Musumeci to the first ever exclusive BJJ promotional agreement in the company's history. If you don't know, Mikey is considered by many to be the best BJJ player in the world, and he is a multiple-time world champion and unbeaten over the past 8 years at 135 pounds. This will be the first of many we will sign over the coming months. Mikey will make his Fight Pass Invitational debut against Felipe Machado live December 5th from Las Vegas at the Apex. And you can watch it live on UFC Fight Pass.
Look at these results. People are making free money. They're making thousands every month betting on sports, completely risk-free. The secret? They're using OddsJam. OddsJam isn't just another betting app. It's turning the entire system in your favor. Here's how. OddsJam uses a strategy called arbitrage, finding odds differences across sportsbooks. You bet both sides, and no matter the outcome, you will profit. Here's an example. If you put $500 on Boise State to win on FanDuel and $335 on their opponent, San Francisco, on DraftKings, you're guaranteed to make $50, win or lose. It's that simple. With the OddsJam mobile app, you'll get real-time alerts on these opportunities every day. People are making thousands monthly, and to get you started, use code MMAZone for 35% off and a 7-day free trial. I guarantee you'll profit during the trial, and if you don't, cancel with one click, no questions asked. Don't leave money on the table. Go to oddsjam.com, use code MMAZone, and start making money the smart way. UFC Fight Updates. Ahead of UFC 309 this weekend, the UFC has had to do some major last-minute scrambling for the main card opener between Mauricio Huffy and James Yontup. Originally, the fight was supposed to happen at lightweight, but according to Nolan King, the bout has been moved to 165. Ahead of this weekend's card, Shara Magomedov's manager has announced that the streaking contender will face off with Michael Venom Page on February 1st in Saudi Arabia. So far, no word yet on what fight would headline that card. But this will notably be MVP's first fight at 185 since 2013. We also have some news on the return of Jack Della Maddalena. After dealing with a bone infection that kept him off the UFC 305 card in Australia, JDM announced on Instagram that his return is right around the corner. But so far, there's been no word yet on who he'll fight or when. In his post, he wrote, "My return to competition is just around the corner. Who will it be?" Dana White also dropped some big news regarding Hamza Chimaev's next fight, saying that he not only wants to see Chimaev fight for the belt, he also wants the fight to be in the United States, despite rumors that Chimaev cannot enter the US because of his connections to Ramazan Kadyrov.
I'm looking forward to him getting a title fight in 25. We'll see how this plays out here, but I want him to fight in the United States. I want him to fight for a title here in the US.
From the sounds of things, once DDP and Sean Strickland fight, Chimaev will be next up for a crack at the title. Sean Strickland goes off on Jake Paul for Mike Tyson fight. Tonight, Mike Tyson will fight professionally for the first time since his 2005 fight with Kevin McBride. Even though Tyson boxed Roy Jones Jr. way back in 2020 in an exhibition fight, and he's had a couple of other exhibitions over the years, his bout with Jake Paul is going to be a fully sanctioned professional bout. The way Sean Strickland sees things, Paul is a quote-unquote clown for boxing Mike Tyson, who is 58 years old. In back-to-back posts on social media, the outspoken former champ laid into Paul. Jake Paul is a clown. Your ability to make money off stupid people is impressive, but being rich won't buy you dignity. You're fighting a 60-year-old man who's just trying to make $1 by risking his life. Scumbag. He then followed up with another post referencing Mike Tyson's medical emergency that resulted in the fight being postponed. You're fighting a 60-year-old. Are you an idiot? This should be illegal. The man had a medical emergency a month before this because he's too old. Clown. Whether or not Tyson is able to turn back the clock for one more fight, only time will tell. Dana White reveals bad news on Conor McGregor. Apparently, Conor McGregor's return has been pushed back once again, according to Dana White, and from the sounds of things, it could be up to a year before he returns at the end of 2025. While Michael Chandler is not giving up hope that a fight between him and McGregor winds up happening at some point, Ahead of UFC 309, Dana is saying that McGregor's return is being pushed back to late 2025, even though early 2025 had been the target for McGregor's return. During an appearance on the Jim Rome show this week, White gave an update on McGregor's status heading into the end of the year, and it probably isn't the kind of update fight fans have been waiting for. I think Conor and Chandler both like that fight. When Conor comes back, which I see being, sometime the later part of next year, we'll see where everybody's at and what's going on, and we'll figure out who faces Conor. But there's no denying that's why everybody was so excited about it. Chandler and Conor McGregor is a fun fight. It's a fact that he does want to come back. He and I probably talk, 4 or 5 times a month, so he definitely wants to come back, and we'll just see. If Iron Mike winds up getting the win this weekend, he'll probably be next in line for a crack at the lightweight title after Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan throw down for the belt early next year, leaving the UFC to figure out what McGregor's next move will be if he ever returns to action. The MMA community goes off on Nina drama after she posted on social media teasing an interview with none other than Jon Jones. MMA Guru was quick to respond to Nina by saying, "That's it, do as you're told, Chubbs. Interview that woman." A fan added context by saying, "This is what Jon Jones said to the same reporter you got on Guru for." He showed a screenshot of Jon Jones' DMs with Jon saying, "First of all, you literally look like a witch. Second of all, keep my girls out of your mouth. You have no clue what's normal to them. You're disgusting over there, judging someone else. F off." The MMA community was quick to react. Here's what they had to say. "I thought Guru was a terrible person. Are you going to hold Jones to the same standard? I don't even hate Nina or anything, but I do find it a pissa how she's proper backed herself into a corner with all the Guru stuff. Claims Guru is a horrible person, but then also happy to keep interviewing Jon Jones, a well-known horrible person. MMA Guru is disgusting and vile human for calling someone fat, but here you are laughing and smiling with a woman. Where's the same energy since you care so much about your friends? Did you ask him what combo he threw at his fiance? Oh, looks like Nina selling her dignity. What a shock. The face you make when you're a hypocrite."